Hey, how's it going? I'm at the CVS. I got some fish oil. But so, oh, so from my neck, I go like I'll push like this way and resist it. And when I started off, I would do like 3 with like a medium. It's obviously hard because you're using your own muscle to push. It's hard to remember the pressure, but I do it like every other day. So, or sometimes every 2 days. Like I'll give it 2 days off, and then one day on, and I'll do it, and then another 2 days break. But so I'll push the regular amount of pressure, and then so you're resisting it this way, and then you're resisting it this way. You're pushing through it, and then you're resisting it like that, and that builds the muscles on this side and like the right side all down your spine. And then when I'm pulling it, it uses like I can feel it back up in here on the left side. So you're doing both ways like that. And I used to be able to, like before I was doing that, I could turn my head like this much and like this much. And then after I started doing that, within about a week, I can like turn my chin all the way to my shoulder. This side's not quite there. And coincidentally, the tinnitus is worse on my left side. So I don't know if that's has anything to do with it or what. But and then I do chin tucks where like basically you're looking straight ahead and you're moving your head straight back while standing up straight. And I don't do it when I'm sitting, I do it when I'm standing. But like that, about as far back as you go, and you hold it for a second. And what else? I haven't applied resistance yet, but I'll move my head to left and right because it's really sketchy, like bending it left and right. But I gotten up to about 16 of those, like each direction, and then I'll do like chin tuck and head back and chin tuck and head back. No resistance, just movement. And then and that's also improved my ability to look up. I used to not really be able to look up, and now it's like I look up and it's not really an issue. And then also I started doing like head circles, and those are difficult, so I'm only at like 3 of those. But so if you want to try exercises, because of course you're so delicate and I'm so delicate, like when I try something new with my neck, I do it like 3 times. So like 3 chin tucks, okay, and I'll see how I feel tomorrow. If I feel okay tomorrow, I'm not like, oh my god, my symptoms are all crazy, my tinnitus is worse, my neck pain's worse, all that shit. Then I'll be like, okay, next time I'll do 4, and then next time I'm like, maybe I'll do 6 today, see how that feels, and then so on. Slowly work your way up. And then I think like if I apply pressure where I'm pushing through it this way and then resisting it on the way back, like I just do a couple of those and then see how I feel. Because if I just like go into a new neck exercise and just blast it for like 20 reps, and I've never done it, and I'm weak, like my tinnitus will flare up. It'll be awful. I'll feel like shit for days. And it's like that for every joint in my body. It's like on the leg press, when I first started doing leg press, I did like 100 pounds. And keep in mind, I used to do like sets with like 300 pounds because I used to bend leg press like 1,000 pounds. So I do sets of 3. But so now I was like, all right, I'll do sets with 100. And I did like 20 of those, and I couldn't walk hardly for a week. So I was like, okay, let me do like 5 reps on 70 pounds. Because 70 was so light that it's like you barely even feel like you're pushing anything. And then I did that, and I was fine. I was a little sore the next day, but I was fine. And now I'm doing like 95 pounds. And I'm ever so slightly sore the next day, and I'm fine. But it's like, and I do like 5 sets of those with like like 10 reps. And if you want to increase, I know I'm getting kind of complicated here now, but if you want to increase weight, because I was a weightlifter for a long time. So what you do is you do like 10 reps, and then once 10 reps is, you're like, I could do one more, it wouldn't be a big deal. Then you do one more, so now you're doing 11 reps. So now every time you go to the gym, you do 11 reps. However many sets, 3 sets, 5 sets, whatever. And then next time you go, you do 12 reps. Next time, 13 reps. As long as you don't feel like your joints hurt or your muscles are still in pain, right? You're feeling good. You're like, I could do more. And rather than like just going from like, say you're doing curls for your arm, rather than going from like 15 pounds to 20 pounds, you do 15 pounds and you just keep increasing the reps till you get to about, from 10 reps to about 15 reps. And then you can increase the weight. So you'd be at 15 reps at 15 pounds. And then you'd go back down to 10 reps, but you could increase the weight to 20 pounds. And then you'd increase the reps to 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then you can increase it to 15 pounds. That way it's more like going up steps rather than like a big leap in weight. Especially since like 15 and 20 is like 25% increase or whatever, 33% increase in weight. So you can do it in steps too. But with all this in my head, I'm just applying the same pressure. I try to just apply the same pressure every time and just increase the reps. Because it's hard for me to know, like I want to get an iron neck because you can put that on a setting and it has like a specific setting that's like, whatever power, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that way, you're getting the same exact, whereas like with a weight, you're lifting 15 pounds. With my hand, I don't know how much pressure I'm pushing. I'm just trying to keep it the same every time and just increase the reps. And so I think you should do that with every part of your body that you can do it. Like, do exercise that you can do. Because like even if you were completely healthy and you were just not immobile as much as you are now, your body would fall apart. Like, I mean, look what happens to people who are bedridden in hospitals. Like, they get up and they can barely walk. Like, if they're bedridden for like a month, like, it's difficult walking down a hallway. It's hard to like they can barely jump. They can barely squat down. It's like you just lose so much muscle mass, and your joints are a lot weaker when you don't use them. So it's really important to exercise. But of course, like me, like if you have issues where you're like maybe your shoulders are fine, you can do whatever you want with your shoulders, but maybe you're like my neck or like your knees or your hips, whatever's a problem area. There's nothing wrong with just starting real easy and doing just a couple reps and seeing like, how do I feel the next day? How do I feel the day after that? And then increasing it. Because if you go nice and slow, your body can adapt to it. And then also if you do have some flare up, it's not going to be a massive one, it's going to be a huge pain in the ass. So like if you tried a couple reps and you're like, even a couple, I can't do it, it's just painful, it's bad, then you go, okay, maybe you can't do that exercise yet, maybe you have to do something else. Because there's different exercises you can do for the same joint. Like I have issues with if I hold my head, like push backward and try to push forward through it, that really aggravates my neck. And I think, I'm trying to imagine the structural stuff that's happening. I think the longitudinal ligament is like holding on and mine's damaged and it's pulling that ligament. And it's like, but it's damaged, so I need to strengthen it in other ways. It's like if you want to strengthen your knees, you probably want to do sled pulls first. Like I just did sled pulls and that's it. And then I started introducing, after my knees got stronger, I started introducing like leg press and squats. Not like just squatting down squats, no weight. And then some like single leg squats and stuff like that. And walking up steps and stuff like that. And then the other neck exercise I'm doing is like I lay on my back and my head's hanging off the bed. at like almost a 90-degree angle. It's just like all the way back, and then I kind of doing like curls with my head, and I go through like that. The same guy that showed me the sled pulls for my knees was saying like that's the opposite, because normally we're trying to hold our heads up, like we're pulling back on our heads because we're more like forward oriented. So if you're back and you're pulling your head forwards, that works a whole range of other muscles that work in the opposite direction, which in theory should take the load off the spine some, and it does for my knees. I mean, I can walk with no pain now, because walking backwards like versus walking forwards. So walking backwards and pulling weight backwards makes it so that you can walk forwards with less stress on your knees. So I'm hoping that, and it didn't flare up my symptoms any so far. I'm still going slow. But yeah, so I wanted to send you a video because it's very it's complicated. Like, you don't want to screw it up because you don't want to have flare-ups of symptoms that are already bad. So anyway, I'm off to the gym. Crack my back. So I'm gonna go work out, and I'll see ya.